It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Cleveland Browns. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Cleveland and the newly named Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Browns. Great to have you with us in this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Under the lights, we'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can tote it and carry it and make guys miss. But they're going to give us a fun old-school game on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, Mike, because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I done where we start out saying, all right, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offenses are built. But now we have a little bit of a throwback, and for two teams that unapologetically say, we are going to run our offense through the running back position, we don't see that so often anymore. So for two guys like us that understand and appreciate the legacy and the history of this game, I think it's kind of fun.
Davis now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
And I'm not sure I enjoy watching any quarterback in the league more than I enjoy watching Josh Allen. I mean, he's a bit of a throwback in terms of his play style. I mean, he's just as likely to throw a 65-yard bomb for a touchdown as he is in 4th and short to run over the middle linebacker. I mean, he plays with such a hard, aggressive style. There's not a lot of guys built like him, Mike, and tell you what, he's a blast to watch.
Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. That's Palmer, the man in motion. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's got the connection there. It's Joshua Palmer.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
Now, fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, young man from the University of Colorado.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They bring Judy in motion. And this defense having nothing of that, they get him down behind the line.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez, to punt for Cleveland. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Bills offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They had to punt on their opening drive. No damage done as of yet. Still scoreless here, and they'll pick it up 1st and 10. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's complete. It's Cedric Tillman. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now they'll set up to throw. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And that's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This is brought in downfield by Judy. They get 25 on that connection. First down, Cleveland.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
Quick throw taken in by Judy. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was third down. Back to throw. That's to the open man. It's Tillman. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. A run now on 2nd down. Oh, and guys miss, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Dustin Hopkins now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Browns will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That's complete to Moore on the right side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Allen. That's brought in by the tight end, Knox. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Moore going in motion. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Allen gonna throw again. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
This one complete to Palmer. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Again, it's Allen to the air. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Throwing again. It's Allen. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. So, they move inside the 20. 1st and 10 at the 18. That's Palmer, the man in motion. One more time going up top with Allen. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Ty Johnson. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. DeAndre Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on 1st down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on 2nd. And now they find themselves in a critical 3rd down here, or they're facing a 3 and out.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Now Allen. His throw left side is complete. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing now. Allen here on first down. We are through one. It's the Browns with the advantage. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Allen to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Allen on 3rd down. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
Here's Jake Camarda now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Browns offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They go play action now. Here's Allen. That's taken in by Shedeur. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Here's 1st and 10. Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. They'll go play action here with Allen. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He'll try and run here with Cook. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Give it right up the middle. Here's Johnson. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. He'll get this out to his running back. And this drive's gonna continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Good blocking, and he's in. Josh Allen, touchdown Buffalo. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Bills are on top. It's now 10-7. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. Now an opening past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man, and that's Tillman. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. This throw left is complete with Judy. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. First and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. Breathing room up past the 15, and he's going to take this up to the 17-yard line.
Well, that run came at the perfect time, Mike. Anytime you find yourself backed up near your own goal line, the goal is to just start with one first down. They were able to get it here. Now you give a little breathing room, a little room to operate. Fresh set of downs, keep this drive alive.
Allen going to keep it on his own read. And a short pickup there to about the 18.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9. Allen going to give it to Cook. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. of the gun, here's Allen. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Buffalo.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
A run out of the gun with Cook. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. To throw is Allen. He'll air one out for Palmer. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Browns offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll begin here on the ground. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Looking deep here for Tillman. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up 3rd down.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Back to throw. In trouble, and down he goes. That is Joey Bosa in on the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. Here's Corey Bojorquez now, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Bills' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now Allen on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
It seemed there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open. And that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. Just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity.
On 2nd down, here's Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. Here's their punter now as he is on to kick it away. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Whoa! And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. To the left side, he's got Njoku. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Jerry Jeudy, the intended target, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball, He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Bills' offense going to take over just before the half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Carter on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They bring Judy in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll stick with him again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Matt Milano there to stop him. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
That's taken in, and he's gonna get there. He's got the first down. What great awareness after the catch. He gets enough to move the chains.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. On 2nd down, 4. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Michael Hoyt is there to end the play. Third down, 3 to go. Trying to pick this one up on the ground.
Big time stop there, Mike, on 3rd down. Now it sets up a 4th down decision for this head coach. Do I want to be aggressive and extend this drive, or am I content just sending out my field goal unit and trying to make this all square? I think at this stage in the second half, tie the game up. Hopefully my defense can get me the ball back and find a way to win here in the second half.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns will level the score at 10 apiece.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Here comes a return from the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. In motion, Shedeur. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. From the gun, Josh Allen. He gets this complete to Shedeur. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Bills 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Moore going in motion. Allen going to throw again. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the first down.
One more time going up top with Allen. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On the handoff, this is Cook. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Here's Cook. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line, and that'll set up 2nd and goal.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
One more time with Cook. And he keeps the legs moving, able to get it down inside the 5. Third and goal. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked back at the 5.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills gonna take the lead. It's now 13-10. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. Design run here for Allen. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
You could see the quarterback once he got the snap. He was looking for any seam, any daylight. but nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Moore going in motion. And he's in. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, Bills.
That just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball game. Now you're able to get out in front. Let's see how this other team responds, having to play from behind.
We got a ton of time, Greg, but a little momentum feel. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way to get this second half started. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills go up by 7. It is now 17-10. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Carter on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. Call it a gain of 13. It's a Browns first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Christian Benford brings him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A throw on the run is complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. He finds Judy on that one. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. And he's in. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Cleveland. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with 1st down. Here's Cook. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
Gonna look deep, looking for more.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
On second down, Allen. And that ball incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. He's got his man. That's Coleman. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a first down.
You get in these situations, third down, tie game, fourth quarter. I mean, this is really where your quarterback makes his money. You are going to put your faith and say, all right, what is the best play for this offense to execute? And the game really rests in the hands of your quarterback. And he continues to come up with these third down pickups and continues to extend this drive. He's got a shot to come away the hero and win this game here late.
He'll find his running back, Cook. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. Tie ball game, fourth quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
To throw again, it's Allen. He keeps it himself.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
3rd and 2. Now Allen. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Goes without saying, this is a huge drive. This game is all tied up. Fourth quarter, that's a huge first down pickup. Now they got to see if they can get some points off this possession.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. They'll go play action here with Allen. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Moore going in motion. Here's Allen to throw. That's complete. Some more on the right side. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On 3rd down, they go with Cook. So now it's Tyler Bass on in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this fourth quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Drive will start on the ground, and he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
There's a short throw caught by Njoku.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Returnable from the 17. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense, and Josh Allen headed back onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. The tight end in motion. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. Took that one outside, waiting for that cutback lane, but it never developed. No gain on the carry.
Well, that 2nd down play call is not real fancy, but at this point, Mike, they are in a battle with the clock. How much time can they run off and try to protect this lead? But now it brings up a pretty interesting 3rd down. Can they keep the ball and finish this thing on offense, or are they going to have to punt it away and have their defense finish the game?
In motion, Shedeur. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Defensively, that's just a missed opportunity, Mike. Anytime you have 2 defenders in the area and neither one of them is able to make a play on the ball, yes, I know that the ball felt incomplete, but man, you got to get your hands on that ball and take advantage.
This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Tight end going in motion here. Once again, it's Cook. And he's going to have a Bills 1st down as he's able to get it to the 37-yard line.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up 1st downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Moore going in motion. On 2nd down, here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
We've already seen these 2 guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
The Bills bringing on the punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. On the return, it's Carter. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. There's that man again, another catch.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now 2nd and inches. They'll drop to throw. That's made right side. It's Johnson. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Open man, and that's Tillman. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Open man is Johnson. He's got him. And a good job rallying to the football. Hold him just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation, and right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Bills' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Allen going to give it to Cook. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. The tight end Kincaid in motion. A run up the middle with Cook. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd. And the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Allen down to a knee, and that should do it. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now, and they'll stop it with 28 seconds to go in the game. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So a road win here for the Bills. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we wish you a good night from Cleveland.